like it takes two to tango. Like, don't he know he got a girlfriend? Disgusted once again. This because why is you answering your girlfriend while we doing what we doing? Hey cuties, welcome back to my next video. And today we're doing a story time about how this dude the whole time had a girlfriend, but he was acting like he didn't.
Also, before we get into the video, go ahead and put your headphones in just so y'all can get a better quality with my sound, because my sound just be acting so weird. So yeah, put your headphones in.
So we gonna try. I'm gonna speed this up and try to make it as short as possible. So I'm just gonna start off from how we met, and then we'll go from there. We're gonna call him Grill. Yeah, I'm not gonna give nobody else no name. Maybe not, cause just to make it faster. But yeah, so basically, this girl who was my friend at the time, we just gonna call her Shoulders. She don't really pop up much in the story time, but yeah. So basically, me, my roommate, Shoulders, or whatever, we all, was hanging out and stuff. And Shoulders' boyfriend wanted to come over. Because, well, actually, he used to come over a lot all the time. And, we'll see him be like, hey, what's up? And then this one time we wanted to go to the Great Room, which is like pretty much, it was a hangout spot for us, but it was pretty much for where anybody could go and chill, cook, because it was a kitchen, sitting area, TV. So, we'll be watching movies and stuff up in there. And basically one of these days, Shoulders' man was like, these other dudes wanted to come because they knew of us. Everybody just knew of us. And then another thing was, at that school, it wasn't all that much black females. So, y'all know how that go. So, they was, on some other stuff. And basically, so he invited some people. And when I tell y'all, hella niggas came. And we like, because only a certain amount of people could come over there. And we're like, nah, all of y'all can't be here. So they go, and a few stayed. One of them was Grill, and it was this other dude that I was kind of talking to. And then Blackie, we just gonna call him Blackie. He was there too. He was like my brother at the time, because we already knew of them. We already hung out with them a couple times. And yeah, so it was just the newer person was Grill. So, Grill, he was cool or whatever, and he was cute, and he was the one that was talking the most. So it was just like, and like he just was hella funny, like, he was cool or whatever. And we like, yeah, they hella cool. And so, so we all pretty much had a good time that day. And we were talking about, like we should have a cookout or whatever. And he was like, because he know how to cook, he said he'll cook, some steaks over there. And we like, cool, like we'll make the sides. That, that kind of thing. So pretty much that was going to take place. And I was telling Shoulders, I was like, yeah, I got my eyes on him, think he cool, and it was just that. So yeah, so we ended up having a cookout. And a situation happened with one of the dudes that I was kind of sort of talking to. And it was just, it ruined the mood for me. And yeah, so I ended up going, because just to get away from the situation that I was in, about ready to beat a hoe up, I ended up going towards Grill over there, because he was over there still cooking. And yeah, so he heard what was going on. And he was, laughing and shit. Everybody was, because, yeah, it was just, that's a whole nother story time. But, yeah, he, like, asking me if I'm cool and all this other shit. And I'm just like, like, yeah, it's whatever. Like, forget it. I'm like, forget it. And, yeah, so we just, chopping it up. Kind of made, he just making me like him even more. I'm like, maybe I should just go, let me start going and hop now. But yeah, so that happened. So me and him, we first of all, we were Aries. His birthday was right after mine, so we kind of bonded over there, and we would call each other twin and stuff. So like we was hella cool, like hella cool. Like we would talk about we could talk about everything for real. All of that, like we was just bonding. All of us was. But I was really bonding with him because I could relate to him, and it seemed like he could relate to me. We all just getting real, real close. So at this point, we all hanging out together 24/8. So it was me, Shoulders, my roommate, Grill, um, and two others, Blackie, and I'm gonna give him a different name. I had named him something else, but I can't really say that because I kind of used to call him this. um, we gonna call him Slender Man because he was tall as hell. But yeah, so we always just cool, and always would hang out and stuff. And like our first semester, we hung out all the time, but not as much as we did our first semester. Like I feel like second semester, cause we was like I feel like we was attached to the hip. We was doing every single last thing together. Like we would go out to eat, we would go to whatever event was going on. We'll meet up at the cafeteria. Like we kind of had a routine. Like we'll see each other in the morning. We'll see each other at lunch. We'll wait for them after practice. Like whatever. We were just always together. And they'll come to our dorm every night. I think at that point, every day they would come over, and we'll be kicking it. So yeah, so at this point, first semester, Shoulders had she was like, cause no, this what Grib was like, can somebody put me on or whatever, and I was just like, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just looking at him, like, cause obviously I want the nigga. I'm just like, so guess what? Shoulders wanna do. She was like, like you can talk to my best friend, da da da. Let me show you a picture and all this other stuff. And so then she had called her something like that, and they ended up talking on the phone. And I guess they started talking or whatever. I'm just like, okay, because after this bitch she knew I wanted to fuck with him. So I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm still minding my business because at this point, this school is small as hell, and it's just like, I don't want to fuck with nobody here. But yeah, so that happened, and they ended up together, boyfriend and girlfriend. And I was just like, oh, whatever. So basically, my roommate, she wasn't there. She was in quarantine because somebody on a cheerleader team had got COVID. So I was left with Shoulders, and like we'll still go to the great room with the other dudes and be chilling, hanging out, whatever. Linking up still. And dang, I really want to tell the story something about her, cause cause it got me thinking about one of the moments that had me like. But yeah, so we just all cool. And so it was this event over there. I'm not gonna say what it was called, what it was, cause I don't know who's still be on my YouTube. But yeah, so it was one of them events, and Shoulders was like she was gonna bring her best friend or whatever. So her best friend got a flight out to our school or whatever, and I was just like, okay. And so she had came that morning. I guess we all, I met her. She was cool or whatever, and I was just like, oh yeah, like she hella cool and all this other stuff. And we just hanging out the whole time, the whole, you know, the whole day. And even what's funny is it was weird because, like I said, at this point, the best friend and Grill, they together. So, but like he was still chilling with me, cause I remember, I don't know why the fuck they was on my bed, but they was on my bed. Um, Shoulders and her best friend was in my bed, and then I was on the floor, or something. And y'all, this is when I had COVID, but I didn't know I had COVID or whatever. And yeah, so it was just whatever. We all chilling, we cool, whatever the case may be. And then I remember finna get ready for the events or whatever, cause you know they was still in my room. They stayed in my room, and then the best friend and what's her name, they ended up going to her room. So we get ready and stuff, finna go. Now at this point, the best friend and oh wait, yeah, the best friend and girl, they was all hooked up, booed up, whatever. We doing whatever. I had to go take a picture with my haul and all this other stuff, and it was just whatever, whatever, whatever. It was kind of weird, but I'm just a friend, so it's like whatever. So then we ended up going back to the great room. It was just all chilling and stuff. And at this point, the best friend and Grill, they ended up going to our hotel or whatever. I'm like, okay, they together, whatever. That's just my twin. And yeah, and so like the next day or whenever she left, oh, I think she left the next day. Yeah, she didn't stay too long, so it had to be the next day. But yeah, so basically he ended up getting to telling us what he was doing with the girl, and I'm just like, okay, like I don't care, whatever. Good for you. Good for you. I don't care about none of that. And it was just whatever, whatever. Like, I'm the type. Like, if I'm feeling some type of way, I'm not finna show it. I'm just not. Especially if you around, especially while he around his girl. Like, I'm me still, but then on top of that, like, why would I feel some type of way when I'm not fucking with this man? Not at this point. I just like him. Like, bitch, don't go cuckoo. Not worried about you. Um, but yeah, like he was just sitting there talking, like just bragging about what he was doing. Like he was doing the damn thing, and I'm just like, I could care less. I could care less. Like I could really care less. And yeah, so now we're gonna fast forward to second semester. Like I said, the second semester is when we was like really hanging out. And like we was doing everything together. We was stuck to each other hip type shit. Like literally, they would come every day, and then every weekend we'll get drunk. Okay, cause I remember like, so they used to come, like I said, every day, and we used to just be in Shoulders room all the time at first. And then I remember the first time we had, was drinking and stuff, and it was cool. And it was one of these days, like we just was having a good ass time. It was the funniest, like we just was having so much fun. And we all drunk and stuff. And then things got a little steamy between me and Grill. Me and Grill. And in the back of my head I'm just thinking like, this nigga got a girlfriend, this nigga got a girlfriend. But what saved me this day was I was on my period. So I was on my period, so I'm like, I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. But like, we was doing so much. And I remember just feeling on him and stuff, and he's feeling on me, and just doing too much. And oh my gosh, just thinking about it, like it make me feel so embarrassed. The shit I was doing, the shit he was doing, like what the fuck was we doing? What the fuck was we doing? Oh Lord, do y'all hear Boomer snore? He laid it out. Ooh, just thinking about it in general, cause let me just keep going. But yeah, so yeah, that was that. And we just act like ain't shit happened. Whatever. Because I'm pretty sure the next day was Sunday, and we was Usually that was our recuperate days. But me and my roommate, we would go and smoke or whatever. So we probably went to go smoke and then went to bed. Uh, but yeah, so that was the first night. That's pretty much when things just. I feel like that's when shit really got left because it was cool knowing that I liked him, knowing that he was on some other stuff, but like we wasn't acting on nothing. So it just was cool. But that's when I fucked up. That's when I fucked up because after that it just seemed like every single time, it was something. So I'm just gonna only talk about like the important parts. But yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna skip. So this was during our birthday. So on my birthday, no, it was the day before my birthday. We was like, we gonna get lit, like, whatever. And this was a good day too, but just wait. So yeah, we having a good time. I remember my roommate, she had got me a whole little basket of stuff, and it was real sweet, and I was happy, and I'm like, a bitch 19 now, like, we lit. And so that's crazy. I'm 21. But yeah, so we was just waiting on them. And I think this day we was waiting on them for hellas because every fucking time they would take forever. Well, they would say it was grill because he just always was acting like he had to. He was real. He was high maintenance or whatever. And yeah, so they was always waiting on him. But no, they be lying because they'll be playing a game or something with they. Y'all know how it exists with the rest of the people over there. So we was waiting on them for a good minute. So me and my roommate, we started early. Yeah, we started early, and we was just waiting on them. So I was just, so at this point, I'm pretty much damn near fucked up before they get there, and I'm pretty sure this is the day we got some Hennessy because I love me some Hennessy. And yeah, it was just like, it's my birthday, so might as well. And yeah, so we just waiting on them, listen to music, getting drunk. Then they finally come. We having the best time, listen to music, just lit. We just lit. And, we started to, now everybody drunk and we starting to wind down. So why me and him, we get to making out in my bed. Oh, let me go back a little bit, like how it happened. So basically, around my birthday, a situation happened like days before, 4 days before, and I was in a sensitive state of mind at that point. So like I was me, but I wasn't all me or whatever, and basically I confided in him about the situation or whatever, and like he just saying shit like, oh, like I didn't know you was going through that or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, try not to cry. And like, like while we talking stuff, he just rubbing on my legs, and we just just doing the most. He probably was grabbing on me, like whatever the case may be. um and that's kind of what led into that. We ended up laying in my bed just making out, and this is when I fucked up for real because for me, kissing and stuff like that, that's way too intimate for me, and so I don't do that. Like I just don't, because I'm not gonna be going crazy for nobody, especially like if I like somebody, I don't want to do nothing with them because I'm gonna go crazy. So I be trying to protect myself. Like if I didn't know him, it just would have been whatever, like I wouldn't have cared. But yeah, like I'm not gonna be going crazy for nobody. So I feel like I really messed up at that point. Cause like I said, like every time it was just build up, build up, build up. And it was just something. So I was just like, Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? And yeah, so I'm pretty sure like we just acting like ain't nothing happened, right? And that's what it was every time. We act like ain't nothing happened. He was just act like ain't nothing happened. Also, I don't know if I said this, but he knew I liked him. He just was like, we grown and I got respect for you and all this other stuff. He was like, you know, he basically was saying like he don't mind and he not tripping about it. Like it was just whatever. Like okay.
Me or something else. So I remember like that was a whole separate conversation, but it was another conversation like when we was drunk as hell. He was like, bro, like I got respect for you and blah, 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 and just basically saying like he really cared for me, and I guess he was trying to tell me like he didn't want to do me dirty. But my dumb jerk ass wasn't listening. And it's like, bro, I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me, y'all. I mean, it wasn't just me. Cause, bitch, how you gonna say all this, but then you keep doing this? Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Like alright. Cause I pretty much just said something like you know I like you or something, but we just kept it at that, left that shit alone, and right then and there, like I really should have been like, like what am I doing? And that's pretty much what I was thinking every single time. But like for the most of the time, like it started with him. Like I'm just like, damn, he already know like I want him this bad, so it's just like, mm. What are you doing, Diana? What are you doing?
I'm freaking saying this shit again. But basically, like, another thing, like, he used to be singing to me and shit, and like some stuff, he just was acting like he was speaking to me. Like, why is you making my heart flutter? Why is you, you know, making me feel this way? And you know I like you, but you got a whole girlfriend. And it used to, I don't know, they would be talking and stuff, and I'm just like, bro, you trying to make me like, he trying to make me go crazy.
Then there was a who. So it was this other time, right? We like I said, same old. We getting drunk, whatever the case may be. But this time it was this other girl who was on our hall or whatever, and she was cool. Like we was cool with her. We would smoke with her like every now and then. But she played sports a lot of the times, and she was in my A most of the times. But like we was cool, and basically she came this one day, and I remember like I'm gonna say last year, but at that moment last year, last semester, he was talking about like he was like damn, cause she had a fat ass. Everybody knew she was thick as hell. So most niggas had eyes for her, or whatever. And I remember like first semester they was trying to talk or whatever, but she really wasn't feeling it. And she was like and so and so now at this moment we all drunk and they just talking, and she like I feel like I fucked up and I should have gave you the chance then or some shit like that. And then he like was acting like he wanted both of us or whatever, and she was like we can go to my room or whatever. And he over here like, yeah, like you finna come too. And then let me keep in mind, he had his arms around both of us. Like he just had us. He like, yeah, I got both of these hoes. And I'm like, no. Like at this moment I was getting disgusted. Like so fucking disgusted. I'm like, I'm not coming. Y'all can have that. Bye. And I was kind of feeling some type of way because the way it was just what it was giving, like he just thought he could have me like that, and I'm just like, no, no, baby, no. And but yeah, so back to what they was on. Like, yeah, I feel like I missed my chance, and I might miss it again. I'll never get to have it again, or some shit like that. Oh, no, it was along the lines of that, and I was just like, okay. Don't you got a girlfriend? That's all I'm thinking. Don't you got a girlfriend? Don't you got a girlfriend? Oh. And I'm pretty sure this was the day Shoulders was there, because I think their season was over, or it was about to be something. So she was there. And so they leave, go next door, and and it was so funny because Shoulders, she started freaking out. She was just like, oh my gosh, like, um, he finna go do this and do that, and my best friend. Y'all, the way she was acting was as if it was her, like they was together or something. But y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all about Shoulders, cause that's gonna be a long one for real. I don't know. I might like break it in pieces or something. But like putting two and two together, it was given. She was mad because he was fucking her, and not her, and not Shoulders. But yeah, so I just was like, okay, uh-uh. But yeah, so we go into the door and stuff, trying to listen, like, is they doing it? And I didn't even go to the door. I just went out in the hall and I was just watching them or whatever, because I'm like, I really, like, yeah, I really want to know. Of course he is. Of course he is. But yeah, so that happened, and they was in there for a hot minute, because now at this point we gotta go take them upstairs because curfew finna come up. So now we gotta get to banging on the door. Oh, I was mad. Oh my god. Bro, it's bringing back memories. So we banging on the door like, dude, we gotta go take you upstairs or whatever. And so when he come out, bro, one of his goddamn pants leg is all the way up. Pants ain't all the way up. And then he just, he looked like he was just trying to get himself together or whatever. So he comes to the room and he trying to get his stuff or whatever. And I was just annoyed. I was so fucking annoyed. Like, I was just like, ugh, like, cause it wasn't even it was the, okay, y'all, it was the fact that he was fucking her, and that he was, the way he was trying to, like, get me to go with them. And so I'm damn near like kicking this nigga out, and I'm just like, hurry up, like, come on. And he was feeling the vibes. He was like, are you mad at me? And I'm like, no, but I was like, come on, because curfew finna end or whatever. And he like, you sure? Like, you good? Cause I was annoyed. I was annoyed. I was so annoyed. I was mad, y'all. I ain't even gonna lie, but I was just like, just hurry up and get the fuck out. At this point, I don't want to see you right now. Like, that's just what I was thinking. And yeah. So he hurry up, get his stuff, get out, or whatever. And then the next day, the girl, she comes to me. She was like, "That's crazy." At this point, I think everybody knew. But she was like, it's not gonna be basically, cause she actually wanted to talk to me, and then she was just like, I just wanted to make sure like we good and ain't nothing weird. And she was like, cause I know you like him and all this other stuff. And I was just like, no, like, you cool, like, it ain't no problem. And I was like, pretty much like, you don't owe me nothing, like, he not my nigga and all this other stuff, like you do you, like, like, I'm not mad, like, we cool. And so she was like, okay, cause I didn't want it to be weird or nothing like that. I'm like, you good. And so in the back of my head, I was kind of thinking like, you would have thought that beforehand, before you did all that, but it's whatever. Cause like I said, it was just weird, and I even got a video, cause it just made me feel sick. It made me feel so sick, cause it was given like he wanted to have a threesome, and I just was not having it. Mm-mm. But yeah, and what's so funny is when she was talking to us, like, cause my roommate was there too, and I think we went to go smoke right after that. So she was telling us how he was like he loved her and all this other stuff, and I'm like, oh, he one of them. He is one of them. Oh Lord, and she was just pretty much saying like it was not that good, and I'm like, wow, wow. So I ain't missing out on shit. But yeah, so it then just kept pushing. Oh damn, what was I gonna say? Okay, but yeah, so then it just was a little awkward, and shoulders felt some type of way, and was like, you fucking this girl, but you got a whole girlfriend, and she my best friend, you know, just going in.
And yeah, like it was a whole situation because basically she wanted to tell her best friend, and it was just like they was like trying to make it seem like it ain't her business to tell and all this other stuff, and you know and pretty much it was like, well, if your friend saw you doing this, then you gonna tell your friend, right? Like, it was that type of thing.
Or whatever. And I was just like, you know, he gonna do him. Like he didn't care. He did not care. And he always, every single time, blame it on the alcohol. What he say? Blame it on the alcohol. Like no. I hate when niggas do that shit because niggas do what they want when they're drunk, and they be knowing what they doing. They be wanting to play dumb, but nah, baby, you ain't finna play dumb, cause I'm not dumb. But yeah, so that happened. It's a whole little thing with that, and it was just like ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, that's just what I'm thinking. But yeah, so now we finna go fast forward. I can't remember exactly what happened that day. Basically, we ended up doing some shit I shouldn't have done. And it was just, yeah, so we was doing whatever we was doing. And, oh, and somebody was calling his phone because somebody was just blowing up his phone. He was not answering. So then I'm doing what I'm doing, what we doing, and somebody calling him again. So he obviously he go look at his phone, and while I'm doing what I'm doing, you know what this nigga do? He answers. And when I heard that motherfucking voice, I'm like, like that right there was a slap in the fucking face. Because why is you answering your girlfriend while we doing what we doing? So when he did that,
He answered the fucking phone, right? Then this nigga got the nerve to be whispering, telling me to keep going. That's when I was like, like, I was like that when he answered the phone and I heard who was on the phone. Then he telling me to keep going. I'm like, yeah, that's a big no. A definitely no. Like, fuck that.
and I said, get the fuck off my bed. Get the fuck off my bed, because like I said, that was like a slap in the face, and I felt so disrespected. Like, I'm like, hold on, like, who do you think I am? And I'm like, you're not gonna treat me like a hoe or something, because nah, this ain't that. And when I tell y'all, like, I felt disgusted once again. This is when I really was like, oh no, like, this ain't me. This ain't. That's when I really like snapped into reality, because I'm like, why am I letting this dude treat me like this? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't cried about this man, and because I felt some type of way about how he was treating me. Like, I don't know, it was like I felt like we were, like we was real close, And then we was really bonded, and and then he would just do some weird shit. And I'm like, but it's my fucking fault for even continuing to entertain it, knowing he had a girlfriend. But I don't know. Like at first, it wasn't even all that serious, and they was just talking, and then they was boyfriend and girlfriend, and it was just like, yeah. I mean, she in a whole different state and all this other stuff, so it was just kind of like, mm. But yeah, so I really felt some type of way. I told him to get the fuck out of my bed, and I was like, yeah, it's time for y'all to go. Like, y'all need to go. And pretty much, like, after that situation, Blackie, Slenderman, and, they caught themselves trying to have an intervention with us, but it seemed like it was more so for me, and I'm just like, how? But pretty much, they was like, I don't know. They was like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but y'all need to stop it because somebody can get hurt and all this other shit. He got a girlfriend and all this other shit. I'm like, hold on. I know he got a girlfriend. Don't he know he got a girlfriend? Like, that's just, don't he know he got a girlfriend? So I just was like, oh my gosh, I just thought about something else. I'm just like, that shit is lame. That shit is lame. Bro, we start remembering shit. That's crazy. Why did I forget about that? Oh my god. No, I'm glad I did. But why did I have to remember? Oh my gosh. But yeah, it was just, I'm like, don't be trying to like attack me as if like I'm the one that initiated everything, and I'm just like, it takes two to tango. Like, don't sit here and try to just make it seem like I'm the one that's doing this and doing that. And I'm like I said, he's the one that be starting the shit, and I just be finishing. Like, or it, cause there was times where it was just like, no, like, what are you doing? No. But then there was times where it was just like, forget it, I don't care. Like, I was really just back and forth with him. But after that, I was like, nah. That's, like I said, I snapped back to reality. And I was just like, this is not what I want. Like, I could literally have anybody. I'm not going to be stressing over a nigga I can't have. That's already taken. Like, no. Yeah, I think I'm weird for that. First of all, let me just say this. For y'all regular home wreckers, y'all need to fix that. And I do not condone none of that. Y'all, but like, I really feel like he just was really taking advantage of me and like the stuff that I had going on and things like that. And he knew what to say. Like, he knew what he was doing. But yeah, so that happened, and I started distancing myself. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna be going through that again. And like, he'll still like be flirting and all this other stuff, and it was just like, no, none of that. But like, we would still, hang out and do whatever. But I just wasn't doing too much. I was not doing too much because I didn't want to feel like that. Especially because I really like this dude, and I don't know why, because he was really not shit and he was a bum. It was just weird. And then I remember we went to their dorms, and I was coming from a party. Me and my roommate was coming from a party. And so we drunk and stuff already. I wasn't too drunk, but I was, drunk enough. And, like, just the regular smuggler, listening to music and all this other stuff. And this nigga just caught himself just, trying to do the most. Like, he just rubbing on me and all this other stuff. Giving me a massage. Like, he was just doing too much. And I'm just like, bro, at this point, I'm trying to get over you. Like, what are you doing? And Really, boring? What do you want? I'm trying to do this story time. But yeah, like I'm trying to get over you. So like, what are you doing? And he was just doing the most. Then I ended up going to his room because my roommate and Slender, they were I think they was together at this point where they was something, and they was trying to do what they had to do, and I was just like, ugh. I was gonna go, but then I didn't want to leave without her, so I went to his room and we was just chilling. And why the fuck we was watching we was watching Love and Basketball, and I was just like, oh my gosh. And then it was just like it just seemed like he was trying to win me over or something. Like I don't know if he felt bad or whatever the case was, but nah, nigga, you ain't feel bad. The fuck, he did not feel bad. But it was just cool. Like I wasn't gonna ruin the mood because I would have had to wait and all this other stuff, and I just was like, I'm not finna do that, so I'll just stay here. But we ain't do nothing. I just was minding my business. We ended up going back to the boys' room. Probably, I don't know when exactly it was, but basically, he got drunk as fuck. We all was drinking, but he got drunk as fuck. That's when we was drinking Svedka, and that's when we knew like he can't drink that like at all, cause that shit had him fucked up. But for him, it got to the point like he was throwing up and stuff, and so me being a good friend, I was taking care of him. I took her to the bath. I took her to the bathroom. I was like, you need to get in the shower, and got him in the shower, and then why this nigga tried to lock me in the shower with him and was trying to do stuff. I was like, you sick. First of all, your breath smell like throw up, and I was like, no, you stink. I said, you stink. And I'm like, get off of me, because I'm pretty sure he was butt ass naked. And I was just like, get off of me. Like, I don't know what you doing, but just stop it. Like, leave me alone. And then I got my ass out. But I was just trying to be a good friend, because what the fuck was everybody else doing? I know my roommate, she had helped me at first, but then she ended up leaving. And so I just was making sure that he got in there. Yeah, so she helped me get him in because he started throwing up while he was in the bed. Like, it was just bad. It was bad.
She a nurse, so she be dealing with that type of stuff. So I forgot she was cleaning that shit up, because I was like, I can't do it. Cause I'ma fuck around and throw up, and no, that's not my type of scene. Like, I cannot do it.
And he started doing too much, and I'm just like, no, this is not what we finna do. Like, if it was before all that other shit happened, maybe. But you gotta brush your teeth first. Let me stop playing. But yeah, he caught himself trying to do something, and I'm like, no, we not doing it. Sorry. But yeah, so I just waited out the stall until he was done, and then made sure like he had his clothes or whatever. And then he was just like, thank you and all this other stuff. I'm like, whatever. Like, trying to be bitter, but because like obviously I still liked him a little bit, but at this point I had more respect for me. Okay, and I wasn't standing down on that one, because I felt like I went that route before, and I was gonna go no further, because that was bad enough. But yeah, so like after that, still distancing myself, and he'll still try to flirt and all this other stuff. Then it got to a point where we wasn't even really talking, and like when I was seeing him, it was just a high and by type of situation. I'm like, yeah, none of that. But it's just crazy. Like, we all was close. When I tell you, the whole friend group went downhill for real. Like, and it was because of them niggas. The only person that wasn't that didn't stay funny acting, or he was never funny acting. He was the realest out of the whole group, and it was Blackie, cause he kept it real for real the whole time, and he really was just trying to protect me, and I give him kudos for that. So much more to it, but I just wanted to talk about that. But yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the story, y'all. How this nigga really was trying to play with me and really disrespected me. Like, I'm like, nah. And I was getting at a point where, I was loving myself more than I ever have. So I was just like, nah, I can't go down that route. Like, it really flipped a switch in my head. Like, nah, this ain't that. But yeah, it definitely got messier. That's gonna be another story time. So we got another story time about shoulders, and I didn't get that girl a name. So, but the girl at the beginning who pissed me off. But yeah, let me restart that. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Make sure you go check out all of my social medias down in the description. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time I post. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, cuties.